Hey, Coach Shock, smart coach of the open statement. Open up the question.
I thought it was a terrific game. Looked like one that was fun to watch for our fans. Hopefully it was. I thought our fans, again, were terrific, gave us a big lift. Northern Iowa, they've got a great team. They really battled and made a ton of shots and made a ton of plays. And I think they're going to win a lot of games this year, and they're going to be playing, certainly in the NCAA tournament if they keep doing what they're doing. So I thought for our guys it was a good team win. We got a lot of things we got to keep getting better at, but it was important for us to be able to win a game like this. We certainly have made some progress in some areas, but to be able to pull it out and win was really important tonight.
Question.
Coach, you talked about Briante playing with 4 fouls as long as he did, with Jake one obviously already out of the game.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I think that was a really good display of discipline from him. He played with 4 fouls for a long time, and I wanted to get him some breaks, but the game was so nip and tuck that we needed him in there. And I could just see in his eyes he had a level of discipline tonight that he's lacked in other games. I did think Doug really gave us a lift. He fouled too much, but he was able to come in and play some defense on some of their guys that was able to get Bree off the ball a little bit. And our bench production is what won us a game. Our bench was better than it has been earlier in the year. We still have to keep improving, but today was a step in the right direction.
Coach, we talked about that this week. You were talking about kind of looking for third and fourth options. What do you think allowed that to happen tonight?
Well, I think those guys, for the most part, were in the right frame of mind. We've spent a lot of time with them this week on what your mentality should be coming off the bench. Let's face it, everyone wants to start. Everyone wants to be the star player. But if you're not, then you need to come in and help the team win. And to do that, it starts on the defensive end, and then you need to be ready, when your number is called on offense. I thought we got some good production. Jaquan Lewis, he was a different player. He was huge. And, if he doesn't foul out, he would have played a lot more. Terry giving us 9 points in 9 minutes was big. As I mentioned, Doug, Justin. So we got some good bench minutes tonight.
Shocker, Jaquan and Bree both seem to have their best game tonight. Do you think the loss to UVA and then a week to get ready and to maybe focus and stuff kind of brought them around a little bit to where you want them to be?
Well, they've been working hard, and we've been working hard on them because, going into today, our point guard play, has not been where it has needed to be. But I thought, today, they didn't score as much as Northern Iowa's guards, but they played as well, in helping us in different ways. I thought Bree, both of them really did a good job kind of commanding the game when they were in there. And we just got to keep growing, and we need them to be consistent now. Bree's been pretty good every other game, so now, he's got to start putting them together, and that's what seniors are supposed to do.
I know you talked earlier this week about getting Mo some more touches inside. Could you kind of address not only more touches tonight, but also the defensive effort that he had?
He was terrific, and he obviously battled to the point where his whole right leg was in a cramp. I've never seen such an impressive leg. Because he had those white tights on, and so when you cramp like that, you can see every striation of the muscles, and he was first in line when they handed out legs. But I just thought he really battled and fought, and he really played a big role for us on defense. And the kid Washburn made some huge shots over him. I thought Mo played good defense on a lot of those possessions, but that kid, man, he's a good player and made some tough shots.
Just on a side note, because we were sitting not too far down from you, I heard Melvin and Bree talk about it a couple of times when they were going. They said, just off the cuff said, man, it's really hot in here. Did any other guys complain of heat or cramps at all? They just made a comment and then see him out.
Yeah, it was warm in there. I usually don't sweat, and I was sweating a little bit. but I don't know if it was the heat. You know, Tim Lampy keeps it pretty cool in here normally, or if it was a hot game. You know what I mean? It was a game. There was a lot of people in the building, a lot of energy in the building. Both teams are battling. You know, it was a contested game, so I think that probably contributed to the temperature too.
Did you see a difference in intensity with your guys this week in practice? Because it looked much more intense out there day two. How much of a confidence boost it was for your guys to get back to where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I think we got better with our intensity. I like the way that we were defending, with a few exceptions. For instance, the first possession, we really defended well. We get our hands in the basketball, deflection, it kind of bounces out to the corner, and a guy makes a contested three. That's pretty good defense. We just got to finish it. We got to finish the possession off. Northern Iowa is one of the best teams in the country at making you pay. We were in no man's land a few times where they hit guys and we didn't get to them. But I did think the aggressiveness was much better. In terms of needing confidence, I certainly don't think if we would have lost that we would have canceled the season. But I think this is a big win for us in terms of it's a ranked team coming in here, an undefeated team, a team that beat us last year, and our guys. It's good that we got something out of everything we put in tonight. We could have put everything into it that we did and come up short, and that probably would have been a tough pill to swallow for our guys.
Coach, what was that idea of when Mo left the game, having basically a 5-guard lineup out there?
Yeah.
I'm surprised to see maybe a big man in, like Tillman or Gilmore coming in the game, but just want to know what was the idea behind having a lineup?
Well, it was mostly because we were switching ball screens, so we wanted guys that could guard number 11, Washburn, in the game. A lot of it was based on their lineup, too. They stopped playing Tuttle, who, coming into the game is their best player. And they went to a perimeter-oriented lineup. They had, the kid Buss, number 14, in the game, but he's a perimeter-oriented player. He's 6'8", 6'9", but, his main deal is shooting threes. So we kind of went small, they went small, and both teams were switching every ball screen.
Coach, twice you had to pick a roll with Melvin and Mo, and it worked out into dunks. What is it about those two guys together running the screen?
Well, Melvin made a really nice play, nice read, and Mo, we need to get him the ball more in those situations. I think he's open, and guys need to look for him. That's been a point of emphasis in practice. Mel did a good job executing it.
You mentioned Tuttle. What was it that he was ineffective as he was?
I have to go back and watch the tape. I think Mo did a pretty good job a few times when it went in there, kind of standing him up and standing his ground. We really prepared all week long for Tuttle ball screening and them throwing it back to him and him kind of ripping it from the top of the key, which is one of the best things he does. Our guys did a pretty good job of keeping him out of the paint in those situations. It just wasn't his night, but he's a terrific player.
It seemed like the older guys tonight were very vocal during the game towards the younger guys, almost in an instructional fashion. Is that something you guys emphasized a little bit more?
Well, John McGuire spent a lot of time with our team this week, who's a friend of ours and a former Navy SEAL, and he was really big on our guys echoing calls and checking one another. And that's not always in a bad way, but just checking your teammates and making sure that they're in the right place. So I thought the older guys did a good job of that.
Coach, how proud does it make you with Jordan, Graham, and Melvin not shooting the ball great, but all of them didn't miss a free throw?
Yeah, we needed that. Needed that from the line, and I thought there were some big free throws that we made down the stretch. Bree missed a couple, but our guys did a nice job down the stretch making those free throws. Maybe the two biggest ones were when Mo cramped and couldn't play. They picked Jordan out to shoot the free throw because you can pick one of the other guys that's in the game, and he stepped up and made two. That was big.
You think that was in his head that they picked him?
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely in your head. I mean if our guys know the rule, and if he didn't get fouled, he knows why he's at the line. So I like that he stepped up with confidence and made them.
Two more.
Can you talk about Justin Tillman? It seems like watching him, he gets better from week to week. Is that what you're seeing out of him too, or is it just a matter of him, starting to make plays in the game and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think he's getting better. I think he's learning about what he needs to do out there. He's a sweetheart of a kid. I love being around him. He's got a clear mind for being coached and getting better. It's hard as a freshman. You know, it's a big adjustment. A lot of stuff is different than high school. And I think of the 4 freshmen, he's made the best adjustment from the standpoint of just having a clear head every day to be the best he can be and understanding it's part of a process.
Quick turnaround for Belmont. A couple of their better players questionable to play. Will that change at all how you affect your game plan going in?
I mean, I don't know what their exact status is, you know, in terms of their real status, but I know the kid Bradshaw has not played the last couple of games. He is a killer. I mean, he is a terrific basketball player. So I don't know who else is hurt on their team, but if he plays, we're going to have our hands full with him. And even if he doesn't, Belmont's a terrific team. They're a deep team. They've got a lot of different guys that can shoot the ball. We're going to have to guard a three-point line better than we did tonight. But we'll turn the page and get ready for those guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.